Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers, so will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Is having a shot! It's in! And what a start!
That's the purpose and intensity they showed from the first moment. They really did fly out of the blocks here.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Perfectly measured that. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Aimed beyond the defence. Nice sequence of passes, this. Oh, such a clever touch. Gavi. De Jong.
Lewandowski really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
It's a promising position. Played into the middle. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Corner number 2 then. Cruyff plays it short. Hoisted in. Oh, smashing header! They've done it! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Madrid are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off? Barcelona really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them...
Alvarez! Goal! Barcelona! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Mbappe.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Alvarez. Now it's Lewandowski. And it's De Jong. And there's a searching pass. Gavi. Brilliantly cut out. And the pass is intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Lewandowski! Lewandowski! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Oyarzabal. That is lovely. Mbappe! He's free, he has got space. Varane clears it away. And there's the end of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
And we are back on the way.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
That has been cut short. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Belletti.
Barcelona really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Decent chance! And the keeper couldn't hold it. There it is! The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter.
And he shoots! So, third corner of the game. Off Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Tries to pass it through. Lewandowski. Oyarzabal. It's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now, can they get him away? Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Alonso.
Lewandowski really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Varane calmly anticipates.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to...
90 minutes up, and we will be back for extra time.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
Hello everybody,
So a brief breather and then extra time.
Happy wedding anniversary for one of our fan club members. Substitution on the field. Number 10, Mbappe. Number 8, Johan Cruyff. Number 9, Robert Lewandowski. Number 21, Mikel Oyarzabal. Number 13, Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field, number 18, Vinicius Junior. Number 7, Bellingham. Number 19, Rodrigo. Number 22, Isco. Number 28, Ricky Point.
Into extra time we go.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Chance, surely! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Pinches it off him, and he's heaved it away. Now, what about a counter-attack? And this is Griezmann. And he was quick to react. Chouameni and Rodrigo. Searching pass he's played there. Can he latch on to this? João Cancelo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither part. We've reached the midway point in extra time.
I'd like to draw your attention to the screen.
Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them?
Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act.
And they can counter here. Isco, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Alvarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Gavi. And it's Pedri. Knocks it into space, and he's picked it up out wide.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Still inseparable. We have penalties.
Look, I've been in this position myself, and after a grueling game, you don't want to back down if the manager asks you to take a penalty for fear of appearing weak. You can't let fatigue cloud your judgment.
Well, the players look exhausted, but one last act. We're back in a moment for penalties. And he puts them one up.
Good penalty, completely wrong-footed the keeper.
And stepping up, the skipper. Coolly done, one each.
Always a little more pressure when you're trailing, but it didn't show.
Rodrigo is the second man to step up for his team.
And the keeper's come up trumps.
He was so focused there. Fantastic save.
Alvarez is second man up.
Good penalty, just steered it the other way.
Yeah, it's a guessing game for the keeper, and he guessed wrong.
This then to level matters.
Keeper's gone the wrong way.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
Griezmann will take the third penalty.
Oh, good take, keeper committed himself.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either.
Madrid are looking to keep pace here.
He has nerves of steel.
Well, he totally nailed that penalty, picked a spot, and didn't change.
João Cancelo comes up, their fourth taker. It's in, too smart for the keeper.
Good penalty, completely wrong-footed the keeper.
The margin of error is 0. It's in, he's kept them in it.
He was always looking good there. Nice penalty.
So on the cusp of where they want to be. Oh, brilliant. He had to save it, and he did.
Well, it was a possibility of happening like that. The way he was moving beforehand, very good save.
Some can barely watch here. Every kick potentially pivotal. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air.
Oh, that's a super save from the keeper.
So it is all down to him now. No pressure. That's won it! Barcelona can celebrate now. They have exactly what they craved. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Barcelona can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
The action has already started.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner, Peter, look no further.
Lionel Messi, the great genius himself. It felt almost unfair at times, didn't it, the way he just seemed to sweep the opposition aside. Even traditional bogey teams were just powerless to resist him when he was on his game.
Yeah, and I remember one game against the boys from Madrid when that famous front three were simply unplayable. They each scored a goal, with Messi grabbing the last one to put the icing right on the cake.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Messi!
Pedri
Is there, and he can get that clear.
and he welcomes it in. He's picked it. Williams!
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
We expected better, and so did he.
Floated through.
Oh, what? Can he finish? And he hits the net. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable.
He gets big.
Oh, surely that deserved better.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this. Barcelona are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
João Cancelo.
Now it's Mbappe. Played out towards the right wing.
Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Gavi. And the pass is intercepted.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Oh, that is a good ball to find him. That is a brilliant interception.
Messi.
A player who needs no introduction. Driving forward. Messi
On a strong run down the right. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Now then, clash of the egos.
Barcelona are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. And here's Eto'o. Spread it left. Lewandowski. Alvarez. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And here's Eto'o.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And we've reached half-time.
What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those two goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game, and it's easier said than done, as we know.
Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Oh, that's superb.
Alvarez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Messi making good progress on the right-hand side. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
The message is clear, none shall pass. De Jong. Can he get on the end of this?
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
And he's intervened well there. Gavi. Nico Williams. No, he's not getting past him there. Mbappe. And that could set him on his way. And no, that was never going to make it. More and more pressure on the ball here.
Messi. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. It's gone for a throw-in.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Eto'o. Number 20, Mbappe. Number 19, Nico Williams. Number
Lewandowski
10,
out
Messi.
towards the flank.
Number 6, Eduardo Camavinga.
De Jong
Coming on the field.
closing in on the last quarter of an
17,
hour.
Alvarez. Number 14, Neymar. Number 4,
Julie going face-to-face with his great rival. And he's managed to get free. It's a good-looking delivery.
Cleared away. And that's been won straight back. And it's Griezmann.
Gavi defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. He's in plenty of space here. Lewandowski is flagged offside.
Barcelona are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Bellingham running with the ball. Lovely feet. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And he cuts out the supply.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle.
Barcelona perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam.
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this.
Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Julian Alvarez, Peter, is a player who I think is very intelligent with his movement. Often he plays in the number 10 position. He just drops that little bit deeper to suck defenders out of position. And once he's done that, then he's capable of creative force in getting other people in behind. So there's an unselfishness to his game. And when he gets in front of goal, he can be deadly too.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Nicked it back promptly. Oh, that's fabulous. Goes for a shot! It's a goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Now it's Alvarez. Aimed beyond the defence. And he welcomes it in. Here's Alvarez! Oh, this looks sharp. Well, that is one way to stop him.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Gavi. Barcelona are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. And here's Mbappe. Howson gets it away. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, this is a great position. Rafael Varane has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Vinicius Junior. Well seen, saw that coming. And it's Pedri. He's picked his way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Please be reminded.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Substitutions taking place.
And we're off again.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Oh, super ball! Oh, good, tries a shot! There's a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Barcelona grab the equaliser, and we're all square. And the shot! And the ball's come loose here.
That's well played. He knew he had to mop that up.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now? Decent chance! Goal! Barcelona! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
The attendance for this match was
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Dani Olmo. Now he's got space here.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Substitution.
You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Picture is having a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. Now it's Gavi. Alvarez has it out wide and in space. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. So what can they make of this?
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Threads one in. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well timed, excellent interception.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Dani Olmo. And shot, surely!
There will be 5 minutes.
Keeper's done ever so
added time.
well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Jimenez promptly onto that, and that is that. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. And it's Pedri. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And that will be the final act. Barcelona can celebrate now. They have exactly what they craved. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Just a quick
Barcelona
announcement.
can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. We have already started here. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no total football without him, Peter. No tiki-taka either.
One of the best of all time. Some say the best, and certainly one of the most influential.
Without a doubt, pure class.
Now it's Mbappe, looking to play him in. Well-timed, excellent interception. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Now it's Lewandowski. And here's Alvarez. Puyol, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Threads one in. Mbappe! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Mbappe deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Gavi kept his eye on it, and he's there. No goals as yet. Koundé. De Jong. And it's Gavi. And here's Alvarez. Shot, surely! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Alvarez, who's short. Lewandowski! Goal! Barcelona! He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that silenced the crowd, Peter. Item 1 on the to-do list. Done.
Bale, can he get on the end of this? Gavi. Quality ball. Tries to pass it through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that is a little undercooked. And it's De Jong. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Messi wins the duel this time. Pedri tries to play it through. It's not an especially good pass, that. Marquez. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Played back in, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped
There
it.
will be 1 minute added time.
João Cancelo. And that'll be the last act of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Just a quick announcement.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Barcelona leading 1-0 at the break.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 10, Johan Cruyff. Number 21, Suarez. Number 2, Marquez. Coming on the field, number 7, Bebeto. Number 11, Neymar. Number 22, Iniesta.
That's the start of another 45 minutes. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Messi. Now it's Lewandowski. Oh, can he get onto this? Now it's Bebeto. Gavi. Pedri. Lewandowski. And it's Koundé. Bale is sharing after that one. Neymar. Being still separated by the game's only goal. And he welcomes it in. It's a promising position. In towards the back
The
stick.
attendance for this match was 96,628.
Roberto Carlos. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
And the pass is intercepted. And it's Pedri. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Yaya Toure.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some move.
And the finish! They've scored! And there's the goal they've been looking for. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.